Welcome to the Your Energy First podcast, where we help you explore and better understand your intuition and spiritual gifts so that you can apply them to your day-to-day for your most purposeful and abundant life. Welcome, everyone, back to the podcast. These July energies are so fascinating right now. Some of you choose these podcast episodes intuitively so you don't go date by date. So whenever you hear this information, know you're getting exactly what you need when you need it. Same goes for those of you who are listening to it in order. The other thing the guides are having me highlight right now is when you listen to one of these episodes or anything on any of my social media channels or in the Intuitives Toolkit or in the alignment container or in Prism if you're building out your intuitive business. Everything I do, I hold energetic space. This means I'm connected to my light and energies run for me. And my intention is that whoever engages in any way, shape, or form receives exactly what they need from source power energy. And you have this exact tool and capability available to you as well. This is a very, very powerful thing. What makes this even more impactful is when you take care of your energy first, because the stronger, clear, more vibrant your energy is, the more that tone has a ripple effect to those you're able to support. All that to be said, the energies right now, if you have been listening to the podcast or if you're in the Intuitives Toolkit, which is a monthly membership where I intuit supportive tools and energy meditations and activations to come through to help you guide yourself on your journey, I've been talking about decision energy. Decision energy. So, what comes after you've made the decision? I'm all in. So, right now, we're being supported, guided as we make these decisions in our life to be all in. Now, what does all in mean? All in is not 100% putting in all my effort. I don't know a better term for this, so pardon my language, but they say like balls to the wall. I don't know. I was in tech for 17 years. I need to like learn way cooler things than all the things we used to know. We used to say. So, but really, thinking, okay, it's got to be this, it's got to be consistent. All in means being present and accepting things as they are now. And right now in our inner lights, it feels like our energy is opening up like a flower and being curious. Say you just started dating someone. Are you going to be all in for that person, or are you going to be all in for the mutual experience? Especially listening to your own self, your own guiding forces around what you need. If you decide, you know what, my corporate job or my day job really supports me, but I'm going to bring in my passion project and make my purpose something that I align to more and more each month, let's say. Are you all in embodying that experience? Not, oh, I need to show up on social media every day. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to write email newsletters. Not that, but just being all in. Yeah, I'm curious. I want to open up and explore what this is meant to be for me. Notice how it takes you from your head into your body, from your busy monkey mind into your heart, from your busy thoughts into your feelings, into your inner light. All in is embracing yourself and the experience you're meant to uniquely have and create. All in does not mean following someone else's protocol and then you get burnt out physically, emotionally, energetically. So last night I went to a local event. It was Mindfulness for Founders. And this fantastic woman, Kate, I hadn't met her before, led the conversation. She did a meditation and then she had us do inner critic work. And then she opened it up for questions and people were talking about what it's like to actually physically and mentally care for yourself as a founder, because when you are following your passion, you have so much drive. And everyone was so, there was 30 to 40 people in the room. It was a beautifully diverse group in all the ways, so much wisdom there. And it was so wonderful to hear from everyone. We're all having similar experiences right now. And nobody in the room was like that guy, like, oh, let me answer this. I got all the answers. It was just really nice. And for me, I was like, I am all in right now in meeting other change makers in the business world. Does that mean that every day I network and that every single phone number or information I exchange, I'm like, this is it, full force? No, it means I lean back and I'm open to the experience. What's happening here? What am I here to learn? Last night opened me up so much in the best way because it felt good to go, and I brought myself to presence and curiosity. And I was like, I'm all in here right now. By the way, I had been out of town and I had parked my car under a tree, and it's been really hot in Seattle. And so there's a bunch of birds in the tree trying to stay cool. And my car got crapped on. I should have counted over a dozen times. This isn't just like one big splat, two big splats. It was like, they're like, oh, Emily, let's repaint your car with our poop. And I was like, and I had gotten the nudge that morning to go to the car wash. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm not going to go right now. I'll go later. I want to get home and do some things. And so here I am driving to this event. And I was like, oh my gosh, there is so much bird doo doo on my car. It's like, what are people going to think? We can't care what people think, right? So then I'm asking my inner light for a great parking spot. And I'm going into the Seattle area, one of our neighborhoods in town, and not easy to find parking. So I asked my inner light for parking. And wouldn't you know it, my poopy car and we got front and center, right by the window, so that, in case all 40 people wanted to look out and see it, they could if they wanted to. Thankfully, they didn't. There's more interesting things going on. Okay. But we've got to let those things go and still bring ourselves to what are these nudges that we're hearing. We want to be more intuitive, but why? We want to be more intuitive so we can be happier, so life can be more easeful, so that we don't roll into networking events, meeting new people, making new friends with doo-doo cars. That's really what this is all about. Is I'm all in this experience. I'm embodying this experience, listening as it shows up, listening to what it has to tell you. This is the most powerful thing about our inner light, is we go from doing everything on our own to doing everything in spiritual community. And I'm talking about that in the literal and non-linear way. I am going to be bringing Barb, my mom, on this podcast more often. Thank you so much to those of you who have contacted me, given the positive feedback. And the Intuitives Toolkit is continuing to grow. I am purposefully keeping it at a $15 a month price for a while, because I want people to have accessibility to real tools that will help them move the needle in their own personal spiritual development on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing the work that you do. Thank you for learning and growing and having fun in this virtual community along the way. The light and shadow in me honors that you're walking this path too. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button. And as always, you can join other light-minded souls on Instagram. You can find me at emilymarie.energy or in the free Facebook group. The links are in the show notes. Bye. This podcast is intended to educate, inspire, and support you on your personal spiritual journey towards inner peace, inner calm, developing your intuition, and inner wisdom. I am not a psychologist, financial advisor, or a medical doctor, and do not offer any professional health, financial, or medical advice. If you are suffering from any psychological, financial, or medical conditions, please seek help from a qualified professional.